Hi everyone, Sokoda here. We're doing another Lego building stream. I'm Sokoda.
I'm Meso.
I'm Bendo.
I'm Cleb.
And I'm Mary.
And yeah, we're building a bunch of Lego sets, having some chill times, just talking. And yeah, what's everyone building?
So I got two sets. I got the bird's nest, and then I got the new Sora mech.
Nice.
So
Yes, and we should say, I believe, this, which is 10325. The name isn't even on here. Oh yeah, Alpine Lodge from the Winter Village collection. There we go. And then, Mary, what are the set numbers?
for the bird's nest is 40639, and then for Sora's mech it's 71807.
Okay, those three sets have been sent to us by the Lego Ambassador Network. So I just want to disclose. Thank you very much to Lego for that. We will be enjoying building those today, but I do not believe the rest are, right?
Mine is kinda. Because mine's for the review and I'm gonna review it, but I'm also gonna build... it's a bit complicated. I'm gonna build a custom build with some of the sets I got for review that actually for the review. But I'm still gonna do the review for it. The last Ninjago
Sokoda, the
review.
epic builder.
I'm also gonna move my camera desk perspective.
I will not, because I can't really do that, and my desk is whack. So
I can't really do that with my mech either. Oh, yeah.
So my two sets today are the Australia postcard.
The best Lego set.
A very accurate, I think, heartfelt representation of my country. And the Lego Ideas.
Oh,
Space
I love that one.
Oh, cool.
I've wanted for so long, and I saw it on sale at the price I said I would buy it at. So I had.
it's like it was fate.
Bendo, you're building the Temple of Dragon Energy
Temple of
Cores.
the Dragon Energy Cores. The same one from months ago.
You're a legend, Bendo. You are. Every time I bag on myself for my slow building, I'll remember this day.
I wasn't lying when I said last time that I was like, I need this as an excuse to like actually build anything. 'Cause, yeah, it's.
I respect that. Is it just because you don't like it or you don't have time for it?
It's never an activity that crosses my mind. I never wake up and I'm like, I'm gonna build Lego today. It's just not a thing. That
You're too busy writing killer video essays to be distracted by things such as bricks.
I will say I did build the Overlord mech. So I have built that.
The Overlord mech?
From Crystallized.
One.
Oh.
You
Right.
like blocked it out of your content.
No, I
Don't sound too
associate that as a
excited.
mech.
But the only reason I built it is because I needed the minifig pieces to make customs. Only reason I opened it.
Nice.
I was gonna resell it too because I didn't even plan on opening it. But
I mean, hey, pop off.
the pieces. So.
I'm having a very it's a fun, if a little bit delayed, Christmas themed build.
Yeah.
I'm prolonging the Christmas season.
Second day of Christmas, right?
Is that how you the second day of Christmas?
The
That's
second
how
day
we
of
call it
Christmas?
here. Yeah, right?
Huh?
Really?
Do you guys not have that?
No.
Europe is so weird.
We have Christmas, then Boxing Day, then like the Blur.
The
We have
Blur.
we have Christmas Eve, and then there's the first day of Christmas and the second day.
There's not a thing over here.
Okay.
That's not real. It can't be real.
I think you're making that
You're
up.
lying.
Go.
No, it's real.
I mean, we had the song on the first day of Christmas, but that's like December 1st, I think, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I think that's maybe a different thing. So I explain real quick what I'm doing because I don't have a set to build. I actually build everything already. So I'll just do the opposite and take one apart. For the review for the 4+ Aaron mech, I kind of want to do similar to my last 4+ review, like a custom build. and I thought I want to try to do a combo model of all the Eren sets, basically. So the Dragon Strike Eren set, the mech that's in the Lloyd mech, the little one, and now the 4+ one. I hope I can pull off a custom build. If not, I'll add pieces from something else.
That is pretty cool, I think.
But first, I'll just take everything apart.
Okay, perfect. This is what I'll do, because this totally isn't eye-searing at all. I've got my Christmas-themed lights.
Oh,
Nice.
Oh god.
I think it's epic.
does that not get annoying?
Oh, it does get annoying. That's why I'm not actually doing it. I'm gonna rock the purple backdrop, I think.
Also, hello to the people in chat. If you have questions in the YouTube chat and stuff, we usually take questions and talk about stuff in these live streams, so feel free to ask questions. Also, if someone of you could look at Discord, because I'm out of monitors.
I'll do it. I'll also do an that we're live.
Oh yeah, I should do it. I can do it.
We're doing a chill build stream. If anyone wants to join Vibe, ask questions, or build Lego with us. Yeah. And then I'll go to our epic YouTube page. I'll throw it up on monitor number 2, so I can then look at monitor number 1 on Discord. Epic.
I need a brick.
Yeah, that's the first thing I made sure to grab.
Bruh, I never use brick separators.
I have,
I'm too much of a pro Lego builder to need brick separators.
Mm.
I have 5.
I mean, you
perpetually on
need
my
them to
desk.
disassemble more than to assemble, right? It's a brick separator, so.
Good point.
Ethan Malone says, I'm building my Ninjago City Markets now. Phenomenal set. It's awesome. It's great.
Oh,
So cool.
markets. Mary, did you like markets? I forget.
Dude, I loved markets. That's the recent one, right?
Yeah.
that's the latest one.
Yeah, I loved it. The only thing I didn't really like was like building the Technic stuff, just because it hurts my fingers, and I just had trouble with it in general.
Do you mean like
It's really good.
the walkway that like flips open, or which part?
Yeah, that gave me a lot of trouble. Like
Okay.
just the mechanism was really
What
annoying.
I've
to do.
heard from people who aren't like acclimatized to building like Technic sets, that is a common sentiment I have heard.
Mhm.
Which makes sense because not everybody is.
Yeah.
I elected to not buy it because I'm holding out. Because Mary, when you and I live together, I'm gonna just mooch
Steal
off your
yours.
life, basically.
Which I've said that you got me.
Well, you know, it is what it is. It all comes due.
It's all
Full
coming
circle.
up Millhouse.
Exactly. This has 2 instruction booklets. There we go. So for my first booklet, I'm going to build the small part, which is a snow thing, and what I assume is a tractor or something, a sled.
I think it's a
Snowmobile?
it's a
That
little snowmobile and a
snowmobile.
tree, right?
A tractor? Are you kidding me, Tyler?
I didn't get a good. I was looking through my webcam, like at it. Come on,
The yeehaw came out, guys.
The yeehaw.
That's
No,
what that is.
there is no yeehaw. It doesn't exist.
hmm
I killed it.
Can't take Mississippi out of Meso.
No. I do not accept this.
It's too late.
Cleb,
Yes.
this is very random, but I have a question for you.
Those are the best kinds of questions.
Did you buy the Doctor Who Lego set?
No.
The Lego Ideas one?
What?
No. Well, you see, it was very expensive at the time.
I mean, it was like
and,
$50, right?
I don't know. It might have been. I wasn't actually paying too much attention to Lego at the time. I don't think, because that would have been.
I
When
bought
was
it from my brother at the time because he's a big Doctor Who fan.
Cleb, you realize how
that?
sad that is, right?
Yeah, I do. Well, because I look at it longingly whenever I'm at like brick shows and they have a copy. But I think either all of that money was going towards a certain rebooted Bionicle theme, or that theme hadn't come out yet, and I wasn't interested in Lego.
Well, you can get it for the low price of $329.99.
329.
Well,
Oh my gosh.
I am aware. It's right, bro. I have my little Dalek model.
Oh yeah, there they are, the freaky little guys.
No, I do not own it.
I
Well,
wonder if I can use those clunky 4+ legs for something useful.
I'm sure you can. Just use them for like a weapon or something. Put them together, make
Might
a big hammer.
Might be a bit big, but we'll see.
Mary, which one are you building first?
I'm building the bird's nest.
Aw.
It's nice and small.
Thank you for the validation toe of plastic.
Oh yeah. I'm excited to see what you think of Sora's tech mech, because I mean we haven't really I mean you guys did the podcast about the Ninjago sets.
Yep.
I have not. I wasn't on it and Mary wasn't on it. I don't think either of us were all that impressed with the way.
Really?
It's definitely gonna be a mech.
I like them quite a lot, and I mean I built them all.
I'm gonna be real with you. Mechs are probably my least favorite thing to build.
I mean, if you don't like mechs, then this wave doesn't offer a lot for you.
Literally just.
As soon as I saw this wave, I was like, "Oh, this is not gonna be fun. I'm not getting any of these with my own money."
Yeah.
You love it or you hate it kind of wave.
It's definitely interesting. Meanwhile, I love mechs, but I was just like, I don't like SCCBS. that was kind of the sad thing.
But they have the normal ball joints.
Some of them do.
Yeah, all of them but
I like
Jay's.
the Sora one. The Cole one is cool, but not enough for me to buy it.
I do like that one. I do like that one.
The Kai one is actually my favorite, and I didn't expect that before building them. But it's the like, it has the best like armor coverage, from all sides, and I don't know, it just looks the most complete.
That's the one I want the most, guys. Seems for cool.
The only one I really think looks good is Sora's.
Yeah, and there you go.
Sora's is my
There you
favorite.
go.
That's
Well,
the one I'm
it's-
probably gonna pick up.
There's a complicated situation which I'm gonna tell just for funny like podcast story vibes.
What happened with the sets?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly, because it explains why Mary is currently building Sora's tech mech.
Mhm.
So we were offered the Ninjago sets for review from the LAN, which was incredibly nice of them. And Sokoda, obviously, he does a great job reviewing the Ninjago sets. He knows his stuff. He's passionate about Ninjago. He's passionate about, building and such. Him and Josh both, but Josh was a little too busy. So naturally, I was like, Sokoda, you're up. And he was like, sure, I got you. So I put Sokoda's name down to be sent the sets. No problem. Well, I get a shipping notification for them, and I'm at work one day, and I realize for some reason Lego sent them to me.
Oh no.
Now,
That was a morning.
there's a few issues with that because number one, I don't have the same Ninjago product knowledge. I'm still learning how to do reviews, if I'm being honest. I've only really done a few, and I excel best, I think, with small single sets instead
There's
of
a lot
big
of
wave
smaller
sets.
sets in those, but yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, I really liked my modular building review. I like the space shuttle review. I like my
Yeah.
Bowser review. I don't really like doing whole waves quite as much, which is why I didn't want it. And number two, I wasn't going to be in town because I had a trip planned with Mary. We were going to have a vacation in the second week of December. We were going to a nearby town, and we were just going to have like a fun time together, go see Var in Purple, go hang out. And I wasn't exactly going to be present with a recording setup to review them. And I knew that, which is why I didn't want them. So I messaged Lego, and I was like,
First you messaged me.
First I messaged you, and I was panicked about it.
Yeah.
So like, this sucks. This clearly was a mistake. And I was like, did I mess up? Did I send them the wrong address? I was like, no, I sent them the right address. So it was clearly just a clerical error. You know, the way the ambassador network works is they have a default address, which is the address of your ambassador. And then if you don't respond with a contrary address, they will just send them to your default. So every time somebody else gets assigned to do reviews, I have to manually say, hey, send it to this address. So clearly the email I sent was either missed or got lost in the shuffle. And I wasn't really sure what was going to happen because, okay, there were a few options. I could mail them all to Sokoda, but we did some quick tabulations of how much that would roughly cost. And it was a lot. Like a lot. I think it was over $100 for. Didn't you have to send sets to Josh?
I sent sets to Josh. That was like 50 euros.
Yeah, that was half a wave.
Yeah, that was.
So this was a full wave.
Yeah, well, but it had bigger sets in that half wave because it was the bounty and stuff. But yeah,
it maybe could have been. Yeah, and now like I mean. Let's be real. Let's be honest. Let's be real honest. We're still trying to grow Keep the Peace, but at present, Keep the Peace isn't pulling like mega views. So purely from like a view to revenue ratio, for us to pay to ship the sets will cost vastly more money than the videos would ever make in return.
Yeah.
So purely from a monetary perspective, it would make negative sense. The right thing to do would just be for me to review them, but I obviously wasn't going to be around, and I was actually going to get back right when the embargo lifted. And likewise, if I sent them to Sokoda, we estimated the shipping time.
Yeah, it's like at least 2 weeks, probably.
It would have been at least 2 weeks from when they arrived, which would have put them right when the embargo came out, was when he would have got them, let alone having to then build and review them and film and edit. So it was basically a disaster. Didn't really know what to do. But I will say once again, thank you to Lego. They are very kind and they work with you on problems like this to figure out a good solution. Everybody from the Lamb's always been super cooperative whenever there have been issues, but we've never had a problem quite like that before. They responded to me quickly. They responded, apologetically because it was their bad. They were like, we will just send the sets again to the proper address.
Which is super cool of them. Like
it was super cool.
We basically got double sets.
Yeah, and it saved the situation because Sokoda was able to get them on time and create the reviews that you guys have hopefully been enjoying.
Yeah.
Which are very, very high in quality.
At first, they were like, it's probably not gonna arrive until after the embargo, but luckily they arrived pretty fast. So, yeah.
Yeah, it was a double positivity.
Yeah.
So I just wanted to tell that story and say thank you to Lego for that publicly because it was very cool of them. And also now that left me with copies of the sets, which I was debating what to do with, what not to do with. I think I am going to build them myself on build streams like these to give me something to do because I quite frankly just like doing build streams. And then we can get kind of my concurrent thoughts, seeing if the wave can be redeemed in my eyes, because currently I think very lowly of it. And then I gave one to Mary, which she can now join build streams because it was the one she wanted. And I would have done more, but I think you literally only liked that one.
Nope, all the other ones are ugly.
Wow.
They disgust my core.
They disgust you. No, they're not that bad. Well, I mean,
I like them.
Appreciate the
To each their
hustle.
own, I guess.
So, I also have a video idea, which I think it was you who suggested it, right, Sokoda?
Oh yeah.
I think it was you.
I mean, I think
was
we
basically-
both kind of had the idea. I kind of asked you if you want to do it or if I should do it. Yeah.
And I think I'm gonna do it because I think it sounds fun, and you've already been doing a lot. It's going to be, what if the Ninjago mech wave is Bionicles, or like, there was a funny title I planned out for it, but I forget it off the top of my head. Basically, we're gonna turn every one of the mechs into Bionicle-esque characters by replacing the minifigure heads with masks, and seeing how the wave could feasibly work as just a construction wave. So there you go.
That's gonna be for the TTV channel though, right?
Yes, it'll be a TTV channel video because it makes the most sense for that demographic.
Yeah.
And I just think it sounds fun because LJ and I have been discussing this for a long time, whether this direction of these minifigure mechs could reasonably work for Bionicle characters. He insists it could. I think it will not. Or at the very least, if it was made, people would be mad at it being made.
I mean, that's an easy bet. Bionicle fans being mad is like the easiest prediction you can do.
Bionicle fanbase scares me.
Yeah,
Quite a bit.
every time I tell you a story of like the Bionicle community, you're just like horrified. Like,
Yeah, I'm like, okay. Cool.
You're almost done with Bionicle, by the way. We've been
am?
we've been reading it. You're in the final year. You're about to get to the movie for 2009.
The best movie.
Are you being serious?
Yes. I think.
Okay, cool. I agree with you. But most people do not.
I'm a certified 09 fan, so yeah.
No, I agree. I love 09.
I love 09. I love Legend Reborn.
I agree.
I've started warming up to 09 a lot in recent months.
I don't think Mary's that big of a fan of it so far, though.
Retrospective, I would
Not
give
like
it 10
deserts.
years.
Like, because we started, the order to read 09 is confusing. From what I researched, I think the proper start is the Crossing book, which I believe was released in Polish first and then translated, because it introduces a lot of fundamental concepts of the lore and the world in that book, and segues nicely into Raiden Volcanus. But it's weird because in the book it's alluding to events that seem like they happened already in Raiden Volcanus, so it's weird. But I don't think it made that good of a first impression for the year in your eyes.
No, it didn't. I think especially because there's a lot of like momentum from the last year, and a lot of interesting things were like happening and being revealed.
Yeah,
and then
that's fair.
it just got shoved into the desert, and I was like, "What? I don't want this. Take me back. Where are the guys?"
They're
So-
suffering and dying and being enslaved while we
So
worry about getting a cart of iron across the desert.
dude, don't get me started on that.
09 ruled.
Ugh.
I agree. I will
Definitely a year.
defend that choice because I think that doing a reset in tone was a smart
I
thing to
think-
do.
09 would be super beloved if they actually like had a couple more years of Bionicle.
Yeah.
If they and now
Yeah.
that they don't, it's still pretty good, but that hurts it a lot. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Fun
And I
problem.
apologize in advance to anyone listening to this who does not
Care
like
about
Bionicle.
Yeah.
We are intrinsically Bionicle fans, so the topic will come up in casual conversation.
Yeah, one thing I've learned is like always the conversation will just come back to Bionicle somehow.
It's because there's always something to talk about.
That's true. That's true. It's just something that I've noticed, you know?
Yeah. Yeah. I'm
Bionicle fans can only think
It's
about
okay.
one thing.
Exactly.
Dead Lego fames.
Exactly.
Galador.
Exactly. I mean, I like talking about Ninjago. It's just I like it better when there's current Ninjago stuff going on to talk about. We got a comment from Drillin L. I think we're on the same page. When do you think season 2 of Dragon's Rising will release? March or June? I'm gonna guess March, but we have nothing to base that off of.
Did you watch the Duck Bricks video with the designer interview?
I did not. I'm a
Lego
bad
Fan
Duck
Media
Bricks
Days.
fan.
I think they said like there's gonna be shorts for these mech sets.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that.
And then there's gonna be one season next year with like 2 parts, kind of like Dragon's Rising season 1. So I assume part 1 might be like supposed to be released with the March wave, and then the shorts beforehand, I assume.
Fine by me. I mean, if they want to pace it out a little bit more, I wouldn't necessarily mind. Like the shorts could potentially fill the void of like spring content, and then we could get part 1 the same time we did last year. I think that, or this year rather. I think that worked fine.
Yeah.
It might mean like a bit of a drought in the winter, but I mean, I don't care.
See.
First of all, Toe of Plastic, I posted a picture in our patron chat, which you can see for yourself if you go to patreon.com/the TTV channel and pledge as low as $1 a month to get access to our patron-only Discord. And they've been making like Bionicle mocks, but in not even a GWP style per se, just using system bricks.
Yeah.
And it's for 3 Toa that are from the serials that you haven't met yet, Mary. They're like a new generation of Toa that they kind of introduced after it ended.
Bruh.
It's a whole thing. And we were gonna do contests based off them, and then we didn't get around to it, and it yada yada. Anyway, they're cool. You're doing a good job with those. It's neat to see new character builds in that style. I think they look pretty convincing.
No, I built this mirrored.
What? Oh, you built it mirrored? Oh no!
Mirrored.
Cleb, how could you do this?
You have to build it upside down because it's Australia.
Yeah. You're supposed to be John Australia, Cleb. How did you do this?
I don't know.
Monarb asked, for the turning the mechs into Bionicle characters video, are you only going to do it for only the mechs from this wave, or are you going to use some of the other mechs too? I have a few of the other ones, so I'll probably lump them in just because. Like, I have Zane's ice mech from the core wave, which I've literally already made into Kopaka. Like, I have him currently... He's not displayed right now where I would get him, but I made him into Kopaka already. And then he's in a box somewhere. So I'll probably grab him. But aside from that, I don't... Oh, yeah, I also have the Lloyd...
The one from the mech battle?
Yeah, the 2-pack with the skull mech.
Can make Takanuva.
So I will grab those. I could do Takanuva. But realistically, I probably won't. I'll probably just put a mask on it and call it that. Like, maybe one of them will be... Actually, I don't think they sent Lloyd's elemental mech.
No, that one's not out yet. That one comes out in March.
Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay, then yeah, I'll use the Lloyd mech as the Liwa for the video. And then maybe I'll make the skull mech like Makuta or something.
Oh, you could make it Kulta, the Skull Grinder.
And then they actually make more sense. A fan favorite character, Cult of the Skull Grinder.
We have 2 questions.
Okay.
First from Zero Jump. What do y'all think of everyone watching Monkey Kid out of nowhere? Finished it recently and it's overall pretty good.
Are people watching it out of nowhere?
Dude, everyone on Twitter is
a lot of people in Ninjago Twitter suddenly started watching Monkey Kid.
Finally.
Why?
Why now? They stopped presenting it?
Because
did they get over the hate?
I think someone just started and other people joined in.
Started watching it, and then a bunch of other people followed suit.
I liked Monkey Kid before it was cool. No. I got them.
Into it pretty late too.
I built the May Dragon 2 days ago. The set. That's a really good set.
I really
I
want
think
to get
it might be
the-
a situation where like, because initially people were resentful of it in the Ninjago community, but I think that was the case when Ninjago wasn't doing well, and Monkey Kid was, and it was like, oh,
I don't know.
awesome.
When did
Monkey Kid
Monkey
has been
Kid-
around for 4 years now.
Yeah,
I
that's
think
so it's
exactly what I
like-
mean.
Ninjago's
it
had
started-
ups
it
and
started,
downs
what?
in that time.
Yeah, I know. But like when you think about it early, I forget when exactly Monkey Kid came out, but it was either like Prime Empire or like Ice Chapter.
But I mean,
One or the
Prime
other.
Empire was in the same year as Master of the Mountain, which was pretty good. That's like
That's true.
Mm.
I didn't get into Monkey Kid until this year, and I think that was because of like I got into it because like Crystal Eyes kind of
Mm.
burned my interest in Ninjago for a while, so I was like, I might as well start it now if there's another Lego show out there that I want to get interested in.
Yeah.
And like when I finished watching it, I was just like, it blew my
yeah,
expectations out of
it's
the water.
so good.
I'm in a weird spot with Monkey Kid, and I think Mary actually, I think you echo my sentiments with it. I think we're very much the same in this. I love it, and I recognize that it's good and that it's awesome. And in my opinion, I think it's the best produced Lego show in general. But something about it doesn't capture me in the same way.
Yeah, something about it doesn't click with me, and I don't know why. Because it's a beautiful show. It's animated beautifully. It has like cool sets. It's just overall, it's just good, and I think it's kind of a bummer that I'm not into it more.
It's
honestly.
not even like I have a flaw with it, or like I have anything really
Yeah.
bad to say about it. I do have some critiques, but it's not big things that are preventing me from liking it. But I'm like 2 seasons behind, and I have no real desire
No,
to
you
even
should watch
catch
it.
up.
You should catch up. It's
And
That's
good.
what
there's
everybody
season
tells
3.
me. The last thing I saw was the Lady Bone Demon like fight. So maybe I'm just 1 season behind. But
Yeah.
I was thinking if you stopped after season 2,
No, it's
I
season
could see,
3
like-
then probably.
yeah, if you stopped after season 3, I don't know if season 4 will make you like it that much more. I was gonna say if you stopped after season 2, season 3 might make you like it a lot more. But
yeah,
that's the case for most people. Is like most people are kind of indifferent on season 1 and 2. Some people really like season 2. I love season 2, but
I love
most
season
people,
2 because
most people say it doesn't get good until like season 3.
I don't agree. I thought it was.
Yeah, I don't
I
agree.
thought it was great from word go.
Yeah,
I had
Yeah.
same.
I had
From
no
get-go.
complaints about season 1, really. I thought maybe like it was a little threadbare in terms of plot, but it was clear they were setting stuff up. And then season 2, everything with the Lady Bone Demon like assembling things behind the scenes, and those really, really good episodes where it was like incredibly spooky, and I was just immediately sold. Season 3, I think my only real complaint was there wasn't enough of her because it was mainly like a macaque season.
Yeah.
But I thought it worked pretty well, and the specials
have-
were great. So I have no issues. I don't know why it hasn't like clicked in my brain to have the compulsion to go watch it.
Yeah. I mean, I can't recommend it enough, but it's one of those shows that for me, visually, like narratively, even like as far as like just like with all the voice acting and the voice actors they chose, like just everything about that show just like hits perfectly for me, and it's just one of those things that it's like I love everything about it. I can't name like a terrible, atrocious episode or anything like that.
Yeah.
I agree.
I have complaints. I have complaints here and there. Like I have a lot of issues with season 3. It's like special at the end, but
Yeah, they
Really?
kind of rush May's story a lot.
Kind of like a lot of it is definitely like
Hmm.
nothing ruins the show for me, and it's just like if I had to choose something to complain about, it would be like the season 3 special with how they handled May and the Samadhi Fire plotline. But,
An
like that's
interesting
really
point.
all I can
You
really
know-
find.
Do you know why Monkey Kid's so good?
Was that?
Because they made it here.
Oh yeah,
Really?
yeah. It's
Down
it's
in-
Australian.
down in
The studio.
Australia.
Oh, that's so epic.
So cool.
That's
Made
neat.
it here.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's like the Lego movies.
So
'Cause,
you just
like,
have to make it
I-
an Australian Lego media will be peak.
I think I just need to force myself to sit down and watch it.
Yeah, we have to force you like we did with LJ.
Yeah.
Josh and I dragged him, or like more Josh than me, dragged him into a call and we watched season 3. And
That's
4.
so
Yeah.
Season 4 is really good.
Yeah.
I still don't know if I like season 4 or like 2 better. Like those are my 2 contending favorites. I'm not sure which one I like more. 3 is also really good, but that's the one that I could most easily look at and be like, I'm not a huge fan of how they did everything here.
Toa of Plastics, and half the issues even finding where to watch it. Yep. I mean,
Yeah, that's
it's
the
not really so
main
much a problem for me. I have my sites where I can find stuff, but I think it's very emblematic of why it's not gonna ever really
and
get that big.
And even worse is that it's
well promoted.
kind of applies to the sets too, since they're like only on Lego.com, not even in Lego stores anymore. It's like Monkey Kid's never gonna be like super successful in the West if they do it like that.
Yeah, like I know they're doing great in their target market.
Yeah,
that's what's fascinating to me about it, is because they've basically just given up marketing it elsewhere, but it must still be.
I think they never really tried, probably.
Yeah, I think their intention was always to just do it, market it in China, I guess, and then they didn't. Because I don't even remember at the start. Like they put it on like Amazon Prime Kids, maybe.
At the start, they had the sets in all Lego stores.
Oh, that is true. But they didn't have it at retailers.
Yeah, and then they had a deal with Amazon where the sets were on Amazon too, and the show was on Amazon Kids Plus. Which, I mean, Amazon Kids Plus was always gonna be kind of a weird choice, but
yeah.
Well,
just put it on some kind of streaming service at least, I guess.
I guess at the end of the day, for us who know where to find it, if it's successful enough to keep being made, that's all that matters, I guess.
Yeah.
But I do wish that it would get more of a worldwide pop because of how good it is.
I think it deserves. Like, I think that's a show that could reach like wide mainstream appeal if marketed correctly, and they just haven't really taken that opportunity.
A lot of like the online art and animation communities like really like it. It's kind of like I don't know, a secret tip, I guess, or like something not a lot of people know about, but it's kind of like I wish.
That's pretty cool though.
I wish it was more.
Yeah,
I see lots of fan art at conventions and stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
Down here. Yeah.
Because I feel like even Ninjago to a point has reached a point where it's kind of a pop culture thing. You know, like people know what Master Wu is, and like
Master
stuff.
Wu, we love like that dude.
But like, Monkey Kid has the potential to do that and more, and they just haven't really, because like in the like everywhere else, it hasn't been marketed to its fullest potential of really at all. It's a shame because it's like I want more people to watch it. I want more people to get into it. And every time someone watches it, they're like, "Man, I've really been missing out on this." And it's like, I feel like it's a show that could become infinitely more popular. But
I agree. Ice Master, I'm not skipping your question. I'm coming back to it, but while it's relevant, Ethan Maloney says KTP reacts to Monkey Kid season 5. Probably not, but I'd love it. Here's the thing. I'd love it too. The issue is we are very behind already, and I am yell at me. I am the sole person to blame. Not only with my schedule being incredibly hard to work around, but also I'm just slow releasing stuff. Dreams Part 2. We still have. We have like 6 episodes recorded currently. We will be releasing it soon. Past that point, I mean, I'm not sure when Monkey Kid season 5 is gonna come out, but
like any second.
That's the thing with Monkey Kid. No one ever knows.
Yeah, I could literally just release
random.
Yeah. What I'll say is, if it is luckily timed, by which I mean, if the Ninjago wave really is just gonna have shorts, that might create a void of content where we could maybe do Monkey Kid, but it would depend solely on when Monkey Kid drops.
Yeah.
But I would like to. You know, I would certainly like to.
Since when has Lego done these like paper bags?
You got the paper bag!
Oh, nice.
Is this new? Is this recent?
New.
I opened Sora's mech, and then all of a sudden I'm like, I see paper. I was like, what? What is this?
Yeah.
Did you build the bird?
Yeah, I built the birds. I didn't
Show
want to
it.
interrupt, but the
Show
birds are
it.
like done.
You're so fast.
Get wrecked.
That's so cute. Mary, I just want to point this out. In the time you built those birds, this is what I have.
Tyler really is like, it really is laughable. Truly. I can't believe you sometimes.
I just have a tree.
Oh my god. You guys should have seen him like during the trip. We had 3 sets to build, and I literally built circles around him.
Yeah, we built the Monkey Kid. We built a modular building frenzy. We built the Monkey Kid Metropolis, which I have to review.
Ooh.
We built the Assembly Square modular, which I also have to review. And we built the Boutique Hotel, which I also have to review. She's so fast!
Lots of Meso reviews coming soon.
Basically. I'm probably going to do a combo review for the Assembly Square and the Boutique Hotel as like a modular building face-off. But the Monkey Kid one will be its own video.
I think the Monkey Kid set is going to be my one.
Did you build it already? The Monkey Kid one?
Yes, I have.
Did you apply the sticker correctly?
Correctly as the instructions told
No.
me to.
Oh,
That's
no.
wrong. You messed up.
Yeah.
No.
Unfortunately. Yeah.
That
He's
sucks.
very upset about it.
I realized it afterwards and I was livid. So yeah, spoiler alert, that set is like amazing.
Yeah.
I'm glad.
It's so cool.
That's the one Monkey Kid set I think I'm gonna get. The one and only one.
It's
Because
worthwhile.
I can't bring myself to spend that much money on anything else, but that one is.
It's worth it, dude. Genuinely, it's so
all
good.
right. I'm glad.
Anyway,
I'm glad to
that's
hear.
cool that you got the paper bags, Mary.
Yeah, I got them in a bunch
Did
of
you
the
notice
new Ninjago sets. Not all of them, but most of the the mechs.
They're moving
have-
towards it being the new standard.
Yeah.
It's a gradual rollout, but eventually all sets will have them.
That's
I
cool.
think quite a number of the Minecraft ones have them.
That's cool.
Epic. All right, Mary, it's your time. We got a question in the chat from Ice Master. It says, question, did Mary like Dragon's Rising Part 2? She wasn't there for the reaction for Part 2, so I'm curious what you thought of it.
Well, I'm happy someone at least like cares about my opinion. Oh my gosh. I thought it was okay. I don't thought it. Part 2 is a blur. I watched it like a while ago, but I think I liked it well enough. Honestly, I don't have any like huge controversial thoughts if I'm being honest. Because with Ninjago now, I'm just kind of like I'm more of a casual watcher. I'm not like a diehard fan like I used to be. So I don't have any like thought-provoking opinions. But I enjoyed what I saw.
You didn't hate it is a marked improvement over the last 4 years.
Yes. And I'm very glad that Jay showed up once.
would you be more glad if Jay showed up? No, not at all.
Yeah, if he didn't show up at all, popping bottles of champagne. Truly.
Yeah. I think I also had that reaction to Part 2. Like Part 1, I was like, "Oh my god, this is saved Ninjago," and then Part 2 was like, "This is pretty good."
Yeah, it's pretty good.
But I don't think that's like there's no reason why that's necessarily a bad thing. I just think Part 2 had a few more weird lore things. It had a few more like little off points, but then it also had really high highs, like Sora scene with her family, which was like the best in the season and possibly years, in my opinion. I have a lot to say about that season being like that scene in particular being very realistic, mature storytelling for Lego, because they did not have to do that. They could have gone the cliche, "Oh, we're so wrong. How could we have done this to you? We're so sorry, Sora. Please forgive us." And they did not. They doubled down, and that was very like real to me.
Yep.
Here we have Australia.
Oh, it's done.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
All of Australia's done.
Beautiful set.
That's so cool. Spinning
Reminds me
windmill.
of my backyard.
Yes. That's awesome.
No, yeah, it's really cool.
We got
gum
comment-
trees and
we got a comment from Muffin Boy who just said, "Hello, I just joined. LOL. Hello.
Oh.
Thank you for joining.
Hiya.
We're just vibing, we're just building, and we're chatting about random things. Cleb, would you recommend Lego Australia?
Always. Unless, I guess, you live in Australia and come from the city, which is my generalization of people who don't tend to like it.
Epic. Well,
yeah, like I was thinking about it, and sorry, to go on an Australia tangent, like I can understand to an extent, like the complaint of like, oh, it doesn't represent the city or the general landmarks or whatever, but like we don't have any.
I mean, the Sydney Opera House is like
Yeah, Sydney Opera House is a big thing.
yeah, that's about it. I don't know anything else about Australia.
There's also the Sydney Harbour Bridge, which is next to the Opera House.
I don't know what that is.
Wait, there's one more. The world's largest Lego store.
True.
That's right. Also in Sydney.
Alright.
And
To be fair, like the
then
stuff in the, I mean, was it the London postcard, or do they call it the England postcard, or the
they
UK?
do call it London, I believe.
Okay, yeah.
Though I do well, I don't know, but I suspect that was probably launched with the fact that they had at the time the world's biggest store there.
I don't know.
So it's like, oh, you visited London, but I'm not from England, so I don't actually know.
If only we had AJ or Ulti here.
There is a Paris one too, right? And they don't have
yeah.
the biggest Lego store or anything, so I think they just
No, they don't.
did famous cities.
But yeah, because it's like, because you get Sydney, and then it's like, what's in Hobart? Nothing. What's in Melbourne? Nothing. What's in Brisbane? Nothing. Sydney's the only place with landmarks. Unless you're going natural landmarks, which I think would be the better route to go, like Uluru or the Three Sisters. Which is kind of a big rock and 3 big rocks. Very pretty. So I think that this postcard's kind of a best option. I think it's really good. I think it represents a core part of the country, which is most of it.
Epic.
And no, my backyard doesn't look like that, but about an hour's drive, and it would.
That's awesome.
So
thank you for your true to life review, Clebigong. We got JSO Stick in the YouTube chat. Hello there. Well, hello there. Thank you for joining us.
Probably saying hello there to Cleb's cardboard cutout General Grievous. No, but that's not in frame.
Well, his toes are.
Oh yeah. Zero Jump. Don't forget the Flying Bark Studio. Well, there you go. They included it.
Yeah.
Flying
on the
Bark
postcard.
and Animal Logic.
That is a true landmark right there.
Look, guys! I finished the tractor.
The tractor.
All that time you just finished the tractor. I'm going to go insane.
I got you to call it a tractor. I win 5D chess.
It was a great idea to do this build stream with Meso having the biggest.
It's a disaster. It's a catastrophe.
I really like the art on the instruction manuals.
Yeah, it's really cool.
Tales of the Space Age.
About 3 months in the making. It has been finished.
Yes. Wait, did you finish the set? That was all you had to do?
I had 2 bags.
Bro!
I had 2 bags left.
What do you think?
It's awesome. I need to figure out where I'm going to put it. Because I don't know if I have room.
Oh, no.
Yeah, that's relatable.
Just sleep with it on your bed.
Exactly. Just lay it down every night when you go to sleep.
It'll keep you company.
The thing that took me the longest is these, like, the trees, like, leaves and everything.
Yeah.
It's hard to follow what the instructions want you to do with those.
No, I agree. I always get that way when I'm building, like, botanicals or something. I have to, like, hyper analyze the direction and placement of the leaf.
Yeah, so that took a while.
It's a
But
squint.
it's done. I can't really properly show it on camera, unfortunately, because the way it's
That's
angled.
fine.
But
You can check
That's
out our review on Keep the Peace.
Yes.
how much longer do you think this is gonna go on for? Should I start or continue the sea bounty?
You
Yes,
should.
probably.
We'll be going for at least another hour. Not a little bit longer, but probably another hour because we do have.
Unless I might finish another.
Meso just finished the tractor.
I kind of have a lot left to go.
Oh, really?
It should be me building that set.
No,
It should be me.
I wanted it because of the winter vibes.
And yet, Slowge.
And yet, when you're done, it's not winter anymore.
Yeah, it's gonna be like spring.
It's messed up. I take personal offense.
It's true.
All right. So in the chat, we have Ice Master says, "I agree to marry 100%. Down with Jay."
Oh.
And then a follow up, Ice Master. As much as I hate Jay so much, I'm actually looking forward to seeing him again, which is shocking. I think there's two things for that. I think that number one, absence makes the heart grow fonder, at least for some people. We've gotten a Jay break, so maybe we're ready to see him again. And number two, it seems like they've put him in an interesting situation.
Yeah,
that I'm
that's true.
somewhat curious to see what happens with him. I don't hate Jay as a character. There have been seasons where I've liked him quite a bit. What I hate is his modern writing. I have not liked Jay since March of the Oni. There's not been a moment where I have been like, wow, Jay's cool, except two scenes in Seabound. Like the ending scene at like the funeral and when he was talking to Nia and like comforting her about her powers on the sea bounty. That was it. So I want him to get the same revitalized treatment that the other characters have gotten. And I think it's possible. They've made Kai likable again.
Yeah.
They've made Kai likable again. Anything's possible.
You know it's crazy when I like Kai.
Yeah. So they can do it. They can save Jay. The new writers are based. They know what's up. And then another follow-up from Muffin Boy. I feel like if Jay was allowed to be more varied in emotions while still being able to make his jokes, and if he isn't always in the show, it could make him more likable.
Yeah.
That's what I think it is. It's the fact that his jokes all revolve around the same core personality trait, him screaming and like having an anxiety attack. So like it gets old after a bit. Yeah. There's other kinds of comedy for the comic relief. But then we had another question from Ethan Maloney. Kind of random question, but have you had any trouble with parts? City Markets has been really awkward with missing / replaced pieces in the bags.
Really?
I have enough Lego to avoid trouble, but it's weird.
I didn't run across that issue at all.
My Marcus had one too many part. There was like a random wheel in there that's not in the set at all.
Really?
Oh, really?
Yeah, but nothing missing, luckily. The only thing I had with my markets is that my sticker sheet was a bit misprinted.
Yeah.
But, I mean, I got it for free from Lego, so I'm not gonna complain.
To this day, I'm so distressed because my Lady Bone Demon set was misprinted with stickers.
Oh no.
And I'm gonna have to get that replaced one day because it annoys me. So.
All right, I found a spot for it.
Oh yeah.
I had to nerf the top a little bit. It doesn't have like the full like.
Yeah, that's what I had to do with mine too.
But there's my updated in the Patreon chat. I put the updated.
Oh yeah.
Right next to the Temple of Resurrection.
How cute.
That is epic.
Bro, the Temple of Resurrection is so small.
I know, it's so tiny. So, Sea
Well done,
Bounty
Bendo.
next up.
Let's go. Yeah, the only missing parts issue that I've had, it wasn't even missing parts. It was just they put the parts in the wrong bag and gave me a heart attack, and that was the Jazz Club.
I remember
Oh,
that. I was like,
interesting.
where are they?
Oh,
I've never heard of that before.
Yeah, it was short in one bag, and we only realized when we opened the next bag and then found extras, and it was the part we needed.
I was freaking out. Never do that again, Lego.
I had missing parts in Lava Beast.
No!
Oh.
Two of his like wing blades. Like I was outraged.
That's so upsetting.
Like of all of the parts to be missing too, it's like the two of the biggest ones.
Yeah.
But they sent me new ones promptly. But it was a shock to the system.
It's all right, Cleb. You can always just buy a replacement Lava Beast for the low price of $112 on eBay.
Lava Beast is that much?
Sokoda, you don't want to know how much the G2
Oh,
sets are.
Did I tell you about the great eBay deal I did a while back? I think I did. So I got Lava Beast, which was that was pretty expensive actually. I got Lava Beast, which was missing the mask, sadly. Storm Beast and Quake Beast and Umarak the Destroyer and the 4 tracks and 2 smaller Nexonite sets and half of the Kai bike from Skybound for 25 euros.
What?
Yeah.
No way.
I just wanted Storm Beast, but I saw that offer and no one else was bidding on it, so I just got it.
When did you do this?
It was like last year. I think I posted a picture online on Twitter because it was crazy. And
Dude, that's unhinged.
I had my lucky deal the start of this year when I found a lot on Facebook Marketplace for $200, but it was like easily like $500 plus worth of old Bionicle sets. Like I walked out of there with 6 green bow rocks.
Maybe I can.
For example, like it was obscene.
The G2 sets are ridiculously expensive nowadays.
Okay, I paid 27 euros and 1 cent. I found the picture.
Oh.
I'll post it in Patreon.
Does anybody want the Makuta Nui combiner model? Because I'm seeing that on eBay, the combiner model for $70.
The G2 one? Or
no, the G1 one. It's for $70, and that seems like a good deal considering it's like most of Makuta and then like the Gecko bird. Like for 70, that seems worth it to me.
Yeah,
but
be good.
I wouldn't do it, but I mean, come on. Sokoda, that's ridiculous.
Yeah, it is.
And you just found that on eBay.
Yeah, like the Fortrex was missing like a couple of pieces, didn't have the villain thing, but I mean, it's an insane deal.
I want to get a good deal like that on G2 sets, man.
Wow. This J minifig
and again,
reflective.
I did find a good deal with G1 sets recently.
Ooh.
Right.
What did you get?
I think only Mary knows this. So first of all, I apologize to anyone who doesn't know Bionicle. I'm about to throw a lot of words at you. But to those who do know Bionicle, so we have a used like book and toy store near me called like McKay's. It's just like I don't know. It's like a Goodwill, but only for toys and books, basically. You just go there and sell stuff. And random things will sometimes end up there. Like in the past, I found a Gresh stars in a bag for like $10 that I found, and I was so happy to see Bionicle out in the wild. And I bought it as a Christmas present for Mary because I thought she would like it. And
it's Gresh stars.
You reacted with visceral disgust and did not want it.
He looks like a wet cat. What do you want from me?
Yeah.
It was kind of gross.
Yeah. So then later on, I found like a Zesk and another one. So occasionally, you can find some fun things. It's nothing too special, but I find the novelty of going there and finding Bionicle out in the wild is pretty fun. So I was making a habit of kind of going and looking for like books or looking for sets. Sometimes I dig in the big Lego like bulk pit and see what random, disgusting, filthy Bionicle parts I could find. And of course, the holy grail I was always kind of looking for is to find like a really cool set there. You know, I thought it would be nice, or find something for like a good deal, like a Karzani in a bag or something. But it never happened. Well, one day I'm walking in, and for some reason I feel compelled to look in a section that I don't normally go to, and I look in like the younger kids' toys, where they have like, you know, things for like 2 or 3 year olds. And for some reason, they put Bionicle there.
Oh, so you missed out all the Bionicle stuff before, or
no? It was probably just that day, because I probably have looked in that area, but like I don't normally go there. I beeline it for like the action figures or whatnot, and I look in like the baggies. These were like shelves full of like you know, really young kids' toys. And so my eyes just kind of glaze over it. But I saw Tahu Mata in his canister.
Oh.
And I was like, what? And then I walk over, and then I realize it goes deeper. And I move him off the shelf, and there's a bunch behind him. They had all the Toa Mata in their canisters, all the Borok in their canisters.
Yo, that's the
Tahu Nuva in his canister for $5 each. And they were all complete, and they were built, and they were clean, and
did you buy them all?
Too. Of course I did.
Yeah.
And then they had the instructions too, and they all had their Krana and their masks. Oh. And it's weird. I don't know why they were there in that condition 23 years later. Like,
no question, just go with it.
And they were priced so reasonably too, which is bizarre to me. Even there was even a sticker on Tahu Nuva from freaking Kmart where he was $7.99, and they were selling him for $5. So it's like, all right, whatever.
That's phenomenal.
I'm never gonna get anything like that to happen again, I don't think. But it was just like a month ago. I have them like sitting around because I was debating, well, should I build these? Should I display them? And I don't think I am. I think I'm gonna keep them how they are, because this is the closest thing to like new Bionicle that there is. They're in perfect condition. So like this is the kind of thing where, like, not to get all sappy and sentimental, but like when I have children, I could literally like give the canisters to them and be like, go nuts.
This is the experience like I had it. Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm gonna keep them like that, I think. Anyway, that's my spiel.
Epic.
Thank you, Cleb. It is epic.
Here's my work in progress combo mech.
Oh, that's actually looking cool. I like the wings.
It's a bit fragile. I'm not too big on the legs yet, but we'll see. I like the dragon head at the top.
Aaron's dragon mech. Got a follow-up comment from Ice Master. Says, Meso, the reason why I hate Jay is because he ruins every emotional scene. Take the season that we won't name. The ninja are trapped in a subway car. But instead of having an emotional scene, Jay sings.
Oh, cursed ramen. That was so bad.
Block that out of my memory.
Also, follow-up, you could say, crystallized writing is trash, so take season 11. The ninja have no way to escape the lava, but instead they say a word. They say bro bro goo goo.
I don't hate bro bro goo goo.
Cleb, you should watch Ninjago, Cleb.
I don't think season 11 was ever trying to take itself, or Pardon. I don't think the fire chapter was really ever trying to take itself seriously.
No, it was very
Mind
much
that one
by
as well.
design. But
That
no,
one doesn't bother me too much.
Cleb, the next time you are in trouble in your life and you're in a situation you don't know how to get out of, I just want you to close your eyes, look to the sky, and say, "Bro, bro, goo goo."
I will.
And good things will happen to you. Cleb, what is your Ninjago knowledge? Just to establish a baseline.
So I watched. Gosh. I finished Dragon's Rising recently, actually.
Oh, nice.
So I have watched that, and I did enjoy that.
Epic.
But all of my prior knowledge was in when G2 was cancelled. I also considered jumping ship to Ninjago, and so I watched
Possession
first season.
Skybound?
No, I watched it because it was all on Netflix in Australia.
Oh, okay.
So I watched most of the first season, I think, with the snakes.
Epic.
And that's about where my knowledge kind of ends. And then the movies in there somewhere, and then like random factoids from podcasts over the years. And,
that's so epic.
Like the crystallized meltdown.
Which one?
Yeah, I'd describe it all as one kind of really long meltdown.
Fair.
Cleb, I love that. That's amazing.
But that, like, I know, like, people are saying things like the fire chapter and the ice chapter, and I actually have no idea. Like, completely barren.
That's perfect. That's great.
Keep it that way.
Yeah, right.
So, I think Braggy just didn't fundamentally understand Jay's character. Not a diss at him, but you can clearly see there were issues when it came to his character. Same kind of applies to Kai and Zane. Okay. So, I don't think it's quite as simple as that. I think you're not wrong, but it goes a bit bigger, and it's my core kind of thesis that I've been saying for years with Wild Brain Ninjago, or I guess old Wild Brain Ninjago. The issue is when the show went on for so long, I think after a while, I think they just didn't know what to do with any of the characters, which is why they stopped for a while writing seasons that were centered around any particular character's development or going through an arc. I mean, look at Prime Empire, where it was supposedly a J season, but none of the ninja really had much of anything going on except Jay having kind of a loose reprisal of Skybound. But it goes beyond just that. I think that to make the ninja have really anything to do, they had to boil them down to like a single trait.
Yeah.
And then they just made that their personality to an exaggerated degree. So what's Zane's deal? Well, he's a robot.
Yeah.
So Zane is going to be the robot, and all of the stuff he does is going to have to do with him being a robot. That's all the gags. He can change his voice because he's a robot,
or being a murderer, but
or being a crazy mass murderer. But you know, we forget about that sometimes. And with Jay, it was like, okay, well, what is Jay's personality? He's
funny.
He's like anxious. He freaks out a lot. And so that became his personality. All of the jokes were about him screaming. All of the jokes were about him being in crazy situations. It's Flanderization.
And he loves Nia.
He loves Nia, yes.
Yeah.
Kai is the stupid hothead. So all of Kai's scenes are going to involve him making mistakes or making things worse or being dumb. Cole's he's nice.
He makes friends with side characters for the season.
Yeah, basically that.
You like sweets, etc., etc.
It's a problem. And it's really, I don't even necessarily know if it's a braggy problem, because they were kind of already moving in that direction before. I think it's a consequence of really just the show going on so long. The characters, as much as we love them, were not designed with 14, 15 years
I also
in mind.
think it was a problem of doing a soft reboot with the same characters and the same continuity. So you kind of have to reboot the character without rebooting their backstory, basically.
Yeah, exactly. Ice Master asks, Meso, did you see the Doc Quiet tweet about Zane? If you have, I won't spoil it. Yeah, I think that's the one where like someone was saying that they didn't do
Zane
that well. Doc Quiet was like, fair point. Let's see what we can do. Which is optimistic and does make me happy.
He's the new writer, right?
Yeah.
He likes Doctor Who. That's kind of my fact to bring to the table.
Yeah,
epic.
He does.
We love that. And like the new show kind of has that problem too, but they've gotten around it in a few important ways, because there's been a time jump and also the ninja are separated. So
new characters.
We're kind of one by one getting reintroduced to the ninja. So we can see like little ways they've changed. Like Cole has an entire new squad of people now. You know, that's a big change to his character.
I do think Zane still has the same problem in Dragons Rising.
He does.
Even though his interaction with Froiki were funny, he's still like Robot Man. And I kind of want them to go back to like more season 1 Zane, where he's just an odd guy and not just Robot Man.
I think it's hard for them to do with him in particular, because there's a lot of mileage they can get out of the robot comedy.
Yeah.
I want to say we have 17 people watching. That's awesome for a build stream. That's really good. Thank you guys for coming out to chill. If you have any questions, feel free to throw them in the chat for us. But otherwise, just thank you for joining. I was going to say something, but I completely forgot. Oh, so it's kind of a tangent about characters, but I also feel like I'm not sure when we're going to have a podcast to talk about this, and I feel like by the time we do, it's going to be old news.
I mean,
it already is old
stuff.
news. You guys want to talk about the Ice chapter stuff?
We wanted to do a podcast about this, but then the sets got revealed, so we did the sets instead, which I think is...
And I feel like the next few podcasts we're going to do are going to be like brick feeds or like, you know...
Yeah.
I don't know when we'll circle back.
I feel like it's kind of already outdated, so we can talk about it here.
Yeah. So, you want to go recap? Bendo, you probably remember it well.
Yeah, I think was it who was it that made the tweet?
Someone asked. I don't know the Twitter user, but Doc replied basically.
Doc replied saying that the ice chat in the Neverrealm, that time moves differently, which is different from what Tommy had said, because Tommy said that the time stays the same, but Zane got pushed or sent back in time.
Yeah.
Causing a whole lot of people to
community
wonder,
meltdown.
What does that mean for like our favorite characters of the Neverrealm? Are they all dead? Are they all super old? And then a bunch of stuff happened later. It got pretty much to the point where I think Doc was like, "Oh wait, actually, maybe I shouldn't have answered that because I don't actually."
It was a bit confusing because then Doc was like, "Everything Tommy said is true." Yeah,
he was pretty much like, "Oh well, whatever Tommy said then, I have no idea what."
Yeah,
I don't know about that.
Then he was like, "What was the tweet like? Something like." Tommy knows everything and I'm a known liar or something like that.
I'm a known liar.
I don't remember exactly.
So pretty much what I gathered is that they probably have not even thought about how they're going to reintroduce the Neverrealm, and they probably don't plan on doing it anytime soon because everything else they've talked about, Doc has been like, oh yeah, expect this for season 2 or expect this by season 3 or something. Like for example,
or like we can't talk about this right now. Yeah.
Yeah, like people were asking about when is Zane's like backstory going to be revealed, about like how he like why he was in that weird pod thing. And I think Doc said, wait till season 3 or something along those lines.
Yeah.
Even with characters like Dareth, they've been like, when are we gonna see Dareth? And they're like, not for a while, but he is going through some stuff. Like, we know what's happening with him.
They have things planned. I assume the Neverrealm is just not something they're planning on revisiting anytime soon. So
I mean,
Doc
they
gave the answer he thought was correct based on the context that you would believe in the Ice chapter, because you know, the Ice chapter didn't necessarily do a good job of explaining how that works. In fact, they didn't really explain it at all.
No, the Ice chapter actively contradicts itself.
Yeah, the Ice chapter does not at all help in explaining that. So I don't blame Doc at all for just like.
I mean, I don't want to say I blame him, but I do think it's something that should be in some kind of story Bible or something like that.
You would hope so, but it seems like a thing that they didn't even like decide on when they were writing the season itself.
And it's like there was a lot of discourse. Some people were very happy about that, because they were like, I hate the Tommy explanation with Athera doing time travel.
Yeah, because Athera being able to do that makes no sense.
Which I kind of agree with. I don't like that either, but I think
I don't think either of them are good.
I think it's better than like the complete Ice chapter falling apart, basically.
My thing is, like, I don't care what they do with the Ice chapter. No matter what they do, I'm probably not going to like it because I don't like the Neverrealm and how it was set up and established. Because they pretty much put themselves in a spot where, well, they could make it work any way they want. It's not going to be satisfying for everyone. It's not going to make sense because the Neverrealm in its current form doesn't make sense. They didn't explain it well enough. They didn't do anything. I think in best case scenario, they should just never return to it.
That's why it's called the Neverrealm.
Maybe just keep it ambiguous, you know. I just it's a mess, and I've been writing a video on the Ice chapter for what feels like forever.
I can't wait to see it, bro.
Yeah,
it's just I could go on forever about it, but pretty much my stance is it's
you don't know what we're talking about, do you?
Not I loosely. Yes, I know.
Blissful ignorance.
It's one of the funniest things in Ninjago history, in my opinion.
So, is that the one where Zane is in Iceland and is evil?
Yes.
That summarizes everything I know about it.
The issue comes from when the ninja go into the realm to, like, you know, go help. It's already been many years.
It's been 40 years, I think it was.
It's been 40 years.
40, but
of
it's
the
also
world
like
being ruled by this.
I'm pretty sure Akita.
The show never.
No,
the show never says
decades.
it. Tommy just said we thought about like 40 years in a tweet or in like a YouTube comment or something.
But I will say that's how it seems.
Yeah, no, it's definitely portrayed
to me like they've been under the tyrannical rule of the Ice Emperor for many years. So the core problem, Cleb, is did Zane get sent back in time?
Yeah.
Or does time just pass differently in other realms?
The most they address it in the Ice chapter is like I think Vex says Zane's it's like been a ruling for like decades, and then Lloyd's like time must work different here, and then later on in the season Nia's like Zane must be the Ice Emperor, and then I think like J.R. Cole's like, wait, but then how does that work? And she goes, I don't know, and they never address it again. That's the last time it's brought up.
That's so epic.
And I think
writing 101.
I think that a lot of people were like upset about basically Doc saying it's the time works differently thing because they were like, oh, my favorite character is dead then, which is an implication that would
really
have.
Worried that Akita was either dead or extremely old, and that
but then
would not be able to.
But then it's like I don't really care about Akita that much. But what I care about is like the Tommy explanation, while clunky, kind of makes everything work. With the Zane time travel, because otherwise, like the ninja should have either come back way later, or like the filler episodes, the Kaiju Protocol and Absolute Worst can't happen. Like, it's a mess without the Tommy explanation, and once you take that away, the season is like way worse.
Creates a lot more questions about like who is a Sphera? Why can a Sphera do this? Is it the staff? Is it because she's a sorcerer? Or is
probably both together.
Like, a Sphera wasn't crystallized. Why didn't she ever? I guess it
didn't have the scroll
on it too.
Yeah, she didn't
so, like,
have the scroll.
What is it? Is it a Sphera? Is it the scroll? Is it the staff? How does that work? Why does it have time travel capabilities? It's just it's an odd thing no matter what. And I think I prefer the Sphera sending Zane back in time answer. Yeah. And I think now that Doc has seen the response to that, that's probably what they'll go with. Say they ever reintroduce the Neverrealm.
Yeah. It's such a bizarre point.
It's just a mess.
What I love most about this era of Ninjago, from like an analytical perspective, it gets so needlessly convoluted to the point where the show can't even figure out what happened, but then it sets up like a lot of stuff, and they never mention it again. Like, Zane turns into an evil like psychopath and kills and enslaves people for 40 years, and it never comes up in any capacity.
but Meso, it's in a book.
I mean, and like, I feel helping to remedy some of that.
The book was really good. I liked it.
The reason I'm so like I'm so caught up on it is because like I feel in any other media that'd be a really interesting thing, right? Like, that's a really fascinating thing to tackle from a character perspective, because it wasn't his fault.
Yeah.
But he's a good dude who likes to protect those who can't protect themselves. He'd probably feel bad, or at least have some kind of like existential crisis. Like, was his free will that low to where he could be like easily messed with? Reconciling he really is just like a robot at the end of the day that can be reprogrammed. It's like a crisis of humanity. And Ninjago does nothing with it ever, probably because they're too afraid to think critically about it, because it might make the fans think critically about it.
Might have to check status quo, and you can't have that.
Yeah,
there's so many instances in the Ice chapter where it's like it's like they're trying to say something, but there's no value behind the story that's being told. Yet, when given an opportunity where they can grab so much value out of something, they don't take it. They just ignore it. And it's just like, it's trying to be this big like thematic season about, about like trust and disparity and survival, but it's none of those things.
But all the building blocks are there, and that's what makes it very frustrating for me.
Yeah.
Anyway, Mary, did you finish?
Yeah, she has no knees.
Yeah, they all have no knees or elbows.
That's so ugly. Never mind, I take it back. The set sucks.
Welcome to my opinions about all these sets and this entire building system.
She's so clunky to pose. It's so upsetting.
Knees. She has no knees.
I'm distressed.
Locked.
What do I do with you, girl? What do I do?
That's been our issue for many years now.
Odd.
I've finished number 1.
Corner of shame. Go.
Of these beautiful little space. Palette.
Aw, yeah.
Nice.
I've got nothing to build now.
I'm sorry, Mary.
Distressed.
No. I'm sorry.
That's okay. I'll just vibe, I guess.
We can rant about Ninjago. In a polite and civil manner.
Of course.
So I can't speak at all, basically. So I'm forbidden from speaking.
No, you can speak in a polite and civil manner.
Then I'm unable to speak.
But yeah, no, well, it's very interesting hearing the Ninjago controversies, because it does just seem like, symptomatic of like you know, a production that was never meant to just go on as long as it did.
That's what
And
I
it-
feel about it.
And it just became like, I'm not sure what the relationship between the designers and the showrunners would have been, like the set designers, but it just kind of sounds like it's lots of like, oh, this will be X theme for this year.
Yup.
String together Y story, and then start developing next year's wave.
That's very much how it seems. Like, I don't want to compare. Like, I'm not gonna start that conversation where it's like, oh, is Ninjago or Bionicle better? Because I think they're very different stories. But I feel like how they approach storytelling is very, very different. Because Bionicle, love it or hate it, it very much had a reputation of everything was pretty much planned. All the big story points were more or less planned, and the stuff they ad-libbed were the less important things.
Well,
like
I don't know.
05 or like.
I mean, 05 is very out of place.
It was. We know it was not planned.
Yeah,
they came up with it on the
spot. I feel like a lot of stuff Greg just came up with too.
Just
to make it work. Yeah, because it's like, oh, we're gonna do like for the Paraka and Nika, we're gonna do like chain link fences and gangs and rap now. Okay, and then Greg had to figure out how that fits into Bionicle, basically.
Yeah. The longer it went on, Bionicle was not exempt from it either.
Yeah.
But I feel Ninjago got there way earlier because Ninjago was only planned for 3 years.
Yeah.
Well,
I mean,
think...
to be fair, the same thing happened with Mask of Light, right? Wasn't it planned that at the end when they opened the door to Metro Nui, that was when Mata Nui awakens? I think they wanted to end it after 3 years too, right?
I think you're right.
Initially, yes, but I'm not sure when that change happened. So it was probably during Light's production, regardless.
Yeah. There's also all these lines from Makuta and Mask of Light that don't make any sense anymore.
Don't make any
with
sense.
Like, I'm actually the good guy.
Yeah, no, well, I'm really interested in that because some of Faber's one of the 01 story Bible, I think, mentions in time even Makuta's motives will be revealed to be I don't think the word is noble, but good, and so I would be interested what precisely that was within the context of the story then. But I do think it is a good comparison because you can just push it onto Dragon's Rising, where you have a new creative team coming on with kind of a much more defined vision. Like, so much of Bionicle is ad-libbed past like the first 3 years, but they always had that core plot thread of awakening Mata Nui.
I think that's the big difference. Is kind of like that Bionicle had the luck that they pushed out Awakening Mata Nui, while Ninjago actually did their final battle in season 2, because they were actually cancelled and then came back, while Bionicle was like maybe planned to be cancelled, but that they could change course in time.
The issue with Ninjago is that every 3 years they had to basically reinvent itself, but they only did it for the duration of another 3-year cycle, which means that at the end of every 3 years, you get some like lore addition or retcon that expands everything. First, it was the concept of like realms, and then it was the Oni and the dragon, and then it was, the fire chapter and ice chapter stuff. They never had the ability, based on the production schedule, to sit down and be like, this is the world, these are its rules, these are our characters, and these are their arcs. Let's write this for a decade. Because it was never planned for that long. And everything that is wrong with the theme, I think, can be explained when you think about it from that perspective, from the character arcs to the world rules to the inconsistencies, to the lack of a story Bible. It's not an excuse, but it does make sense why some of that stuff would be lacking.
And that's why I'm hoping Dragon's Rising remedies that. Because we've been told that there's a plan for Dragon's Rising.
Yeah, but I wonder how long that plan is. Is it like 3 years? Is it 5 years? Is it?
Like,
yeah.
How long does the era of Ninjago last? And like, how well planned out is it? Do they have like a basic rough plan? Do they have an in-depth plan? Do they know the answer to all the questions that they've put in front of us? Like,
yes.
I'm not sure.
I would imagine. What color am I meant to be using? Sorry. I would imagine they probably do have because they have to be flexible because they have to make it to fit with sets. So they blatantly won't have like some kind of rigid story Bible, but that you know, they have like a spot that they're aiming for, most certainly, with at least kind of the characters and the setting, that aesthetically is probably very flexible, simply by merit of dealing with Lego.
True.
Yeah, something unique about Dragon's Rising is they leave a lot of questions that are very integrally tied to like characters and things that wouldn't necessarily be seen in sets.
I suppose I am coming in it from an outsider, so perhaps, you know, all of this setup is things that have been done previously. But obviously never went anywhere.
Dragon's Rising is very different in how it does the story setup from past seasons.
Yeah. Yeah, I think I would have to agree with that viewpoint because it would definitely make sense because there's not like a lot of stuff planned aesthetically or like in terms of theming. But like that's stuff that they have a lot of flexibility with, since most of the questions are kind of tied to the characters and where those stories will go.
Yeah. No, let's no, it's good. It's good. It's and I imagine they're communicating very heavily with the designers as well. So they've probably got boots on the ground.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Mary, what do you think of the mech now that it's on display? You've marinated. Is it cool?
It's a mech. It's in my house. It doesn't have knees. Those are my thoughts.
But it's a cool Sora mech. Do you like the colors?
The colors are definitely like, I think, one of the best aspects of it. I just like Sora's colors a lot. I think they work well together.
Cool.
Otherwise, it's a dinky. It's a dinky little thing. Don't know where I'm gonna put her.
I like the torso build I have, but I'm running out of pieces for like the wrist.
Oh.
I believe in you, Sokoda.
Yeah, but I might have to change stuff.
Is this a secret reference? Look.
Hawa.
If you take this epic set, right?
Yeah.
And you put that piece there instead, it looks very loosely like Exoforce.
True.
Is this an Exoforce set?
Yes, confirmed.
Exoforce and the Tales of the Space Age continuity? Ninjago?
Perfect. Also, you guys will be very proud of me because I'm just now starting. This is what I have so far of bag 2.
Tyler.
Bag 2.
Tyler, you're gonna give me an aneurysm, dude.
This is what I got. I have a porta potty.
Oh, a dunny.
That's what I got. This was bag 1.
I want to know the like brick per minute percentage of Meso's building.
Brick per minute.
It's slow.
You should
Always be slow.
You should go on Lego Masters, Meso.
We got a comment from Ice Master. Question: what
Answer?
Dragons Rising character do you want as a minifigure? I am 100% team Grab Barg, the pie chef.
I mean, there's a lot I want, but the main priority is Frohiki.
Mm-hmm. Definitely Frohiki.
Grab Barg supremacy. He's a cool character.
Only building off of Grab Bug, the like old night snail man was pretty cool.
Do you emphasize and connect to Grab Bark because he's a snail and you're also slow at building Lego?
That's messed up. No.
Got you, bro.
I like Grab Barg because he's a non-controversial character. There are no plot holes. There is no bad writing.
There actually
no
is a plot hole. Did you see the Dark tweet? But he addressed it well.
No.
People were asking how he's baking cakes if the snails die when they touch salt.
You don't need salt, bro. Just use sugar.
And Dark said there are salts from other realms that don't hurt the snails.
Or you can just wear gloves.
Yeah.
Those little snail hands.
But I thought that was very funny.
Just because he bakes pies doesn't mean he has to eat them. Come on.
True.
Does Nia not get her hairpiece in this set?
The sea bounty?
The sea bounty?
No, I don't think so.
Alright, well I have plenty of Nia hairpieces, it's okay. Seabound has been like my favorite season since it came out, and I'm just now getting the Seabound Nia minifig, and it feels kind of surreal to own it,
It's a cool minifig.
even though I've technically owned it for years. But we'll talk about that.
Haha.
Mary, what are you gonna do now?
I'm just sitting here, man.
You gotta find more Lego to build.
I have none.
You can take
There
one of
is
your
no Lego.
disassembled sets and rebuild it.
They're all in boxes, bro. I'm not gonna ruffle
Get
some
one out.
boxes.
Rebuild it for the build stream.
Nah, it's too much work.
But it's funny.
I could doodle, but I don't really feel like it.
Build your stars grass.
She doesn't have it. She refused to bring it home.
What?
Oh, no.
That's mean.
That's what I did. She was like, I don't want it. And now I'm stuck with it.
I didn't. Realistically, I wouldn't have the space for it. You know,
It's just
like
a
why would
It's
I
very small.
shove them in a drawer then?
Yeah. What are you gonna do with your Sora tech mech?
I'll put her by my my Samurai X ones probably. I still have those out.
Grumble, grumble. You do want the Toa Metru at some point, correct?
At some point.
Oh, Metro base.
I like those guys.
Probably wait
Oh
till
my
we
God.
live together.
Have I ever told you, Meso, how many Vakama masks I got in the lot? In my big lot? I
No.
was like going through, and it's like, you know, there was like a how, and there was like, you know, like there was one-offs of quite a few masks, and then I find like a Toa Vakama mask, and I'm like, oh, you know, that's pretty cool. Then I find another one, and then I find another one, then I find another one, and I think I ended up with like 6 or 7.
Why?
I don't know.
Okay, I say that, but I have like 8 Matoro Mari masks
How?
because they were selling them at like a local discount store in 08 for like $3 per Toa Matoro, and so I just bought like 8 of them for mocking parts.
Oh my God.
God.
Yeah, those were the days. I miss those days.
So do I.
I've got a wall of like frosted glass.
Oh, nice. I love that color. Ice Master says, I'm ready for the keep the peace tier list because Bendo Seabound, it's going to be next to rebooted, and it makes me laugh.
Dude,
We-
I want to do our tier list.
We have to do the
Rebooted-
tier list. It's
rebooted
gonna
is
be so much
laugh.
fun, and everyone's gonna hate each other.
Dude, my I feel like my tier list is very inflammatory.
I'm gonna ally with Josh for Seabound. Hunted to #1.
Hunted?
Yes.
I like Hunted.
Hunted?
I think it's my #1.
The best season.
Really?
Yes.
I don't disagree.
See, we got 3 people already. We can do this.
I don't think it's the best season. I think it's good, but I don't think it's the best season.
It's got really good stuff. Yeah, my tier list would definitely inspire some hatred. We made some for fun in our Patreon Discord server. And like Hunted's the best, followed by Sons of Garmadon, followed by Dragons Rising. All non-controversial.
So far, I agree.
Then
Meso, is there a way to see these tier lists in the Patreon server?
yeah, you can pledge $1 a month and join our Patreon server to see cool tier lists and other things. Yeah.
But also, you might have to scroll up quite a bit because I don't.
Yeah, it's been like a while.
I reposted mine. It's
Oh,
fine.
okay, cool.
So then an A tier in order. It is Skybound, Possession, Master of the Mountain, and Tournament of Elements.
Where do you put Seabound?
Seabound is the beginning of B tier.
Oh, really?
I do feel Seabound has been very damaged by Crystallized.
That's
and
fair,
feel
but I
like it
try
is
to
not
ignore
recoverable.
that.
Yeah, I don't like Crystallized hurt my enjoyment of Steambound.
When I think of Seabound, maybe it's just because I've only seen it in full once. I think of the ending. I
think
don't
you
really
watched
think
it
of too
again.
much from the middle,
Hmm.
personally. And then here's my biggest hot take. Seabound is in B. There's only one other season that's in B, and it's rebooted.
Rebooted?
Yes.
That hurts.
So you
And it is for very similar reasons. When I think of rebooted, I think of Zane's sacrifice.
yeah.
Except the difference between them is Zane's sacrifice was not ruined by Tournament of Elements, whereas Nia's was ruined by Crystallized. But the season itself, yeah, Seabound is obviously better. But it kind of balances out in my mind. Like, that's my twisted logic, but I will argue it. Then next up, I have season 1, Rise of Snakes, the final battle, and then Fire Chapter, all like in C. Then in D, it's March of the Oni, the Pilots, Prime Empire, and Hands of Time. And then in F, I have Day of the Departed, Ice Chapter, The Island, and Crystallized.
See, okay, you guys are gonna get an exclusive tier list for me because I updated mine. And I've been too scared to post it on Twitter.
Oh no.
Too scared.
Here's my current one.
Ours isn't that different, except
It
where
really
we put Seabound.
It really isn't.
I can't really post my tier list. I curse in mine. LOL. I'll post it in KTV cast though.
There you go.
I posted mine a while back and I haven't thought about it since. So I'll stick with that.
There you go. There's my.
Epic. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Mary's
I
tier
should make
list
a
is
tier
funny.
list.
Yeah, my Ice Chapter, by the way, on the last rendition of my tier list, I think was in like the middle somewhere. Oh no, I think it was in like pretty good tier. So it's moved down quite a bit.
It do be like that sometimes.
Because I knew I didn't really like it that much, but I was like, but it's not that bad. It's the Ice Chapter, it's fine. And then I started making my videos like, oh, it
And
is.
then you watched it again. No.
I was like, yeah, not a fan of this.
Nothing in Ice Chapter holds up. Not anything.
think
Sound-
it's
the soundtrack
it
is
hasn't aged
amazing.
particularly well either because of just like how much better the Wild Brain seasons got. as
The
time went on.
soundtrack is pretty good,
The
and
soundtrack is amazing.
the animated 2D Akita backstory episode is also pretty good.
Yeah.
That's like the peak of the season for me.
The scene where Kai shot fire at the ice dragon was really well animated.
If you ignore all the context, yeah, that's pretty.
And Lloyd's fight with the thing in the mech was well animated.
And the Ice Emperor looked cool.
Yeah, very very surface level.
I have a really weird nitpick about the ice chopper.
Pretty much, it looks and sounds good, but there's no good story.
I see.
But like my weird nitpick that I'm probably not gonna put in my video is that like there are way too many scenes of like Lloyd and that mech just fighting stuff or running away from stuff or like like it's just like for some reason that bothers me.
It's because of the 11-minute episodes. They have to put a fight scene in every episode, and most of them are just Lloyd walking around. So
long.
Yeah.
It's like I get it. I get the mech is cool. I understand. But that's like a minuscule nitpick.
Pretty much everything about the season either falls apart under closer inspection or just isn't ultimately that satisfying. The Ice Emperor plot, the Neverrealm lore, the filler episodes, the preeminent Nia controlling ice, Kai getting his powers back. Nothing is really satisfying.
There's little redeeming qualities for me.
But
narratively.
It could have been. The building blocks were there, but they fumbled the bag. Like Kai getting his powers back the first time, I felt was pretty satisfying because of like saving the people and inspiring them and like giving them hope. And then they kind of did it again, where like couldn't use them in a moment of like weakness, and then he took Nia's thunder at the very end, and that rubbed me the wrong way.
Yeah. I would say more, but I'm saving it.
Yeah, I can't spoil your video. It's gonna be good.
Ice Master says, also please put Dragons Rising in S tier, or it deserves it for saving the shower, but I assume.
I agree.
I agree. I wasn't sure if Dragons Rising is gonna be S tier for me, or A, or high A, but I think I'll put it S tier.
From a meta perspective, it's done great things. From an individual season, I feel like there have been stronger stories, but I feel there have not been stronger production values. And I feel that kind of balances out. Because the story's not bad, it's just simple.
Yeah. Well,
like mid.
I think Sora's inclusion in Dragons Rising really like boosts it a lot for me. I think her story is one of the best character stories in the show. It might be my favorite. I'm not sure.
Where did you say you put it, Mary?
Like mid A, maybe low A.
That's fair.
Around there. That's good. I wouldn't say it's like S.
Yeah, me neither.
What makes it S? What makes it S for me is the fact that not only is it competent, but it doesn't cause any problems.
Yeah.
I really have to grade them by that, because even the seasons I love cause problems.
Shouldn't that be the bare minimum, though?
In theory. But, like, you'd think, but it's not usually that way. Even really good seasons usually have, like, a big, like, sword of Damocles, like, hanging over that ends up, like, coming down, or some big, unavoidable, like, elephant in the room that you kind of can maybe explain if you think about it, but is also just kind of controversial. Like back in the day, we loved Possession, except for the ghosts being defeated by water thing. And then like Skybound, we loved, except the ending. That was controversial. And then nowadays it's kind of flipped and like, well, the ending is good, but then we still have the wrinkle of all the ninja being stupid and getting easily baited by Nadakon, and also Nadakon's character being kind of weird and underwritten and a bit contradictory at points. Sons of Garmadon, really, really good. Stellar, one of the best seasons in the show. But you also have to deal with Harumi kind of mid-season becoming a cartoon character, which ironically she is, and, you know, losing her nuance. There's always like a big but moment that I feel Dragons Rising does not have any of. It's pretty much an even keel the whole way through. and that earns points in my book as somebody who criticizes things.
Yeah, I think Dragon's Rising, like its biggest crime is that it's kind of slow paced and a bit boring at some points.
Particularly the episode 11 through
11, 12,
16.
But, like, that's
13
like
maybe.
the worst I could say about it. I rank it bottom of A because I just have a lot of respect for a lot of those other seasons. Like there's other seasons I enjoy more and that I find more entertaining overall, and that
Makes sense.
I'm able to look past the issues of something if the overall product to me is like majority good.
Yeah,
that's fair.
And in that instance, that's kind of how I feel.
That's fair.
But I could definitely see it being higher for a lot of people.
Oh.
I could see it being lower for a lot of people too.
How is your build going, Meso?
Still on the wall, but the wall has detail now.
You're killing me, Tyler.
If I can at least finish bag 2 before the stream ends, I think we'll be in business.
Okay.
Very high goals.
Imagine an AU where Crystallized was good.
If only.
Where it really was the Avengers endgame of
good ending.
Ninjago.
Can I go there?
Can I please go there?
I wonder if it was good, how reception on Dragon's Rising would be.
Yeah, that's true. I've thought about that before. I feel like a lot of people would be a lot more critical.
Yes,
with like new characters and be like, oh, I miss Jay and stuff.
Yes, no, it absolutely
yeah.
would. Like the best way I could put it is, it would be like how the modern MCU is, or how like the MCU Disney Plus shows were discussed after Endgame, where it's or like how Mary's feeling about Barra Magna after 08 Bionicle. Like the stakes were so high, it was so like culminating, and now it's kind of like back to basics. But it's just because the ending culmination was bad, people kind of like back to basics.
Yeah,
it's like fresh and fun.
Yeah. It's like I wouldn't have it any other way, personally.
I agree. You need to reestablish things at a ground level because it was deconstructed so much before then.
Yeah.
I will finish this wall. I believe in myself. Mary, do you believe in me?
I suppose the correct answer is yes.
That's messed up.
The silence is deafening.
I believe in the you that believes in you.
Thank you, Sokoda. It's deeply upsetting, Mary. You upset me.
I've witnessed you like build in real time in person, Tyler.
Yeah.
I'm sorry to say, but
there's no
I do not believe in you.
No.
Honesty is the first step.
Clearly.
Oh,
Honesty is the best policy.
Sure. I'm not sure what step 2 is meant to be.
Acceptance.
Despair.
Despair.
Update, I changed some stuff. So I have more pieces now.
Based.
Holy epic.
Okay. I am going to read a comment, and then I'm going to be right back for a minute. The comment is Ice Master. Hot take. I don't hate Hands of Time. I think it's underrated, and for me it would be C tier. though nothing too crazy. Discuss.
I haven't watched Hands of Time in a very long time. I might be forgetting stuff. But I don't like it.
I don't like it, but I think it could have been a lot worse. I
mean, that's not really saying much.
But the thing is, I think it is like inoffensively bad.
No, you mean it's like boring?
I don't think it really ruins anything.
No, I don't think it ruins anything. I agree.
It doesn't take any characters in a direction that I like despise.
Yeah.
And that can't be said about a lot of other seasons I don't really like that much.
That's fair.
That's why I put it above the Ice chapter in my recent tier list. I genuinely think the Ice chapter is more destructive to certain characters moving forward, and I don't think Hands of Time really does that.
Yeah. With that logic, I can see it. But also, it's like the things Ninjago is usually very good at is like production values and voice acting and stuff, and Hands of Time.
And even just the character writing, like just the dialogue feels off. It doesn't feel right. It's something about Hands of Time. It's very evident that the writing was done both kind of rushed and by someone who, or at least just someone else who isn't used to working on the show.
Yeah.
By that point. But for what they were able to do, I think it's pretty commendable. I don't hold much against Hands of Time. And for what it's worth, I think all the side characters were written really well.
Ronan and Dareth?
Ronan, Dareth, Skylar, especially. I just think they all had pretty solid writing, and more so than the main cast. I think you can tell which characters were more appreciated, I guess. Even if they only had short cameos. You like there was a lot. Karloff was there, there's a lot of cameos that not only made sense, but kind of fit well and neatly into the story, which I think is actually pretty commendable.
Yeah.
So if I had to give Hands of Time props for anything, that's what...
I feel like they could have done more with the Time Twins, just because I think they're cool in a sense. I like them. I like their designs. I like the aspect of the younger brother and the older brother, and how that's done. They could have done a lot more of those too. I feel like they're underutilized in a way.
They also just have awful like comedy writing.
Yeah. That's pretty much everything. I don't think there's a single joke that lands in this entire season.
They should have leaned away from the comedy aspect with those two, I feel.
Yeah, I think they could have been really fun. Like,
to be fair, like the Dr. Saunders thing is inherently a concept you can only do if you lean into the comedy. But
that was only kind of done just for like a cheap twist. It feels like.
Yeah, and no one was surprised about it.
Like you could have written that out. That didn't have to be a factor in his backstory.
Yeah,
I don't think. Wouldn't have changed much. I think the most annoying thing about Hands of Time to me is that it doesn't really have an ending. It just kind of ends because they ran out of episodes.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Like the Time Twins don't accomplish anything, but they don't get defeated either.
Yeah.
Like they're still out there.
Don't they just like end with the ninjas standing there? Is that what happened?
Yeah, like in the middle of like the giant enemy base. That is still very much there.
That's so funny, dude.
Like the only thing that happened is the Time Twins, like I guess they lost the battle, but then they were like, we're gonna go into the future. And then Wu like stopped them from doing that. So then they got lost in time, but like Wu made it out of that, so the Time Twins are also somewhere else, and their plan didn't get solved. The ninja didn't necessarily defeat them, they just kind of like stopped them in the moment.
Yeah.
It's like it seems like they'd be setting up for like a part 2 or something. That just doesn't really happen.
The Time Twins just vanishing like bugged me so bad. I wrote up a whole document of what they could have done with them. So if that tells you anything about how I feel about that, I don't know. Like they could have done something with that. I don't know.
Yeah, I think that season is just it was probably a huge mess production wise, and I think the fact that it turned out as watchable as it did is isn't. It's kind of impressive. It's just like I don't know. I don't have much. I can't be that mad at it. I'm just kind of disappointed at it, I guess.
I'm not mad. I'm
not mad.
disappointed.
I'm just yeah, exactly. That's how I feel about it. I feel like.
Is that the season with the Vermilion in it?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, because they were meant to be a movie villain, weren't they?
Yeah.
They were concept art for the movie. Yeah.
The movie was
Yeah,
gonna be
that-
about like time travel and stuff, and about
Oh.
Garmadon,
Yeah.
Garmadon's past and everything, but it just
See.
didn't come to fruition. And I don't think it would have been canon either way either.
I don't know
I don't.
if that early concept was supposed to be canon or not, but I mean,
Yeah.
I don't know how far it even got into development.
There was like a deleted scene from it at least, so they had animation tests.
I think that was like a test animation thing, though.
Yeah, yeah. So
Yeah.
they had tests for it and stuff. And I don't think it made it very far, but they obviously had the design to use, and
Yeah.
because they had to push the movie got delayed, if I remember.
2 times, I think. Yeah.
Yeah, so they had to
Oh.
push an extra wave in what was it, 2017, to compensate for it.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Interesting.
I also
And
think the
since it
Ninjago
was-
movies delay is kind of what might have ruined Lego movies in general, because it came because they pushed it back
Well-
and then it came out in the same year as the Lego Batman movie.
Yeah,
I feel like
that's
that
what-
was maybe just too much in one year.
That's what's really unfortunate, is that they kind of just. I mean, it kind of seemed from an audience perspective that they were kind of milking it for all it was worth once the
Yeah.
Lego movie started getting popular. And I mean, I guess to an extent they pretty much were, because they released the first one and then 2 in 1 year, and then I think a year or 2 after that the sequel to the original, which by that point people weren't really interested. So
Yeah.
it's kind of a poor release schedule on their part.
I'm back.
Welcome back.
Welcome.
We switched topics from Hands of Time to the Lego movies.
Yeah.
Oh, may they rest in peace.
Yeah.
Did you hear about the Universal movie losing its director?
Oh, yes.
Really? I
Yeah.
didn't hear about that.
What's the Universal movie?
An untitled, unannounced, but in development, Universal produced Lego movie
Oh.
that will probably never come out.
I mean,
That's
we'll
epic.
see.
Well,
Like the
Bionicle
Hero
6,
Factory movie.
Exactly. May God rest its soul.
The Villain Factory.
Villain Factory movie. Anyway, I'm gonna forcibly hijack the conversation back to give my thoughts on Hands of Time, because I wanted to say that I agree actually with the
Really?
the commenter. I don't actually think it's as bad as people say, or even as bad as I myself say. I think the problem with Hands of Time is, way back when I recoiled at it a lot when we were doing our episode reviews, because I was like, oh, time travel sucks. I'm afraid of time travel. And I mean, I am. But if I'm being fair, Hands of Time doesn't really do time travel. Not until like the very end. And that's actually one of the least problematic parts of the entire season. Now, granted, I will say it does do my least favorite kind of time travel,
Yeah.
which is the oh no, stuff's fading and changing,
Back
everything's
to the
different.
future style.
Ooh, yeah, that I detest that on a deep level. However, I don't really think that's the case. I just think the issue with Hands of Time is it just was poorly produced.
Yeah.
That's what really holds it back.
Mhm.
It was produced poorly. Its visuals are bad. Its dialogue is bad. Its this quality of production, its animation is bad. Its color grading is bad. Everything about it is substandard to the normal Ninjago production pipeline. And it has a few very, very critical flaws, like Kai not remembering his like parents' logo. Is like,
Yeah. Which
it's like
also
peak
isn't in the
bad writing.
pilots.
Yeah, exactly. It's like peak bad writing, in my opinion, is that issue. But I mean, aside from that, it's all right. Crux and Acronics aren't like terrible. The Vermilion aren't awful.
I actually like the Vermilion. Like, I hate like Rag. What's their Flunk and Ragmonk?
Ragmonk.
Yeah, I hate those characters, but I like the concept.
Yeah, that's the issue. Now, don't get me wrong. I do think it's one of the worst seasons, but I do think like those are really the biggest problems from a production standpoint. Everything is off. It's not like the plot is that much worse.
The plot's just kind of slow and not really interesting. And
it also has a few of Ninjago's like all-time worst moments, like Rei and Maya being threatened with like a regular sword from like Krug.
You can tell that the production was not necessarily like a clean production. You know, it was rushed and.
Which it was. I believe it was it was a filler year using unused concepts from the Ninjago movie.
Yeah, that's what we talked about.
It's a very much like you can kind of tell how the season came about, and it's like I can give it props for like how like under the circumstances how it turned out, but comparatively to everything else, it's hard to.
Correct.
Yeah.
All right. I think when I finish bag 2 is probably should be our wrap up time. If you guys are cool with that.
I'm fine.
Yeah. I have to
work
on this some more.
I'm almost done. We cannot keep Mary from her food.
Dude, I'm so hungry. I'm thinking about a turkey sandwich right now. Sounds so scrummy.
What about a giant ham sandwich?
Nar. I don't like ham that much.
It was a Ninjago reference.
Oh, don't expect me to catch on to those. I'm like, I used to rewatch like the show a lot, and now I'm just like, no thanks.
You don't remember
I'll do other
favorite
things.
character Chokin?
No, honest to God.
No.
Was that an actual character?
Yes.
The serpentine named Chokin who wanted a giant ham sandwich.
He was our mascot.
He was our mascot for many years.
Oops.
In fact, is he still on the Ninjago Cast stream template? Or
it's not right now because LJ asked for a new mascot and we never got a new mascot.
Okay. Bummer. LJ left and took our dreams of a new mascot with him.
I think we should go back to Chokin or get Frohiki.
Ooh, Frohiki would be fun. We have to collectively will a minifigure of his into existence.
Yeah.
That's what we need to do.
I need pieces to build arms, but I don't have pieces.
Oh no. You can be an armless mech.
Like an armless mech isn't that cool.
You do what you gotta do.
Oh my god, this is...
Oh, dawn of the final structure. We gotta build another tree. Oh.
There we go. That is that bag of the C-band complete.
See?
How many do you have left?
Let's find out. Editing at the start. Yes, 1, 2, 2 more.
Two more.
So,
Yeah.
Pretty good.
in
You
3
gonna finish
months,
that?
when I join another one of these, we'll finish it.
We'll be doing another one pretty soon because, you know,
Oh, thank goodness.
I might finish this off build stream just because it'll be past the Christmas season and then I have the Ninjago ones to build. But yeah, next time you can finish it.
Sweet.
Let's see.
Ethan Malone asks, "Hi, do you guys have any misaligned nightmarish tales of misaligned stickers?" I messed up the stickers for the Mandalore Throne Room Star Wars set really bad.
Oh no.
And on Bricks and Pieces, you can't order stickers, but you can like write in from something from a set. And I thought maybe I can order another sticker sheet if I write it in, but that didn't work. But Lego sent one to me for free then. So very nice of the customer service. Could fix it. But yeah. My misaligned sticker story.
My only misaligned sticker story that's anything of note is the already mentioned one about how all of my Ladybone Demon stickers were misprinted.
And the mask from the Monkey Kid set. Bionicle.
Perish.
I mean, that's a misaligned sticker story, but it's kind of Lego's fault.
I'm gonna pretend that isn't a thing.
Okay.
Because I already have.
What happened with that? Is it like upside down or?
It's wrong in the instructions, basically.
Oh.
It's all right. I have my own Onua produced by Starbreaker.
That's epic. I have one of those. They're all in my Bionicle box, though.
All right. This tree is the last thing that stands between me and the end of the stream.
Speed run it.
I'm
Go.
speed running it for your
Faster.
sake.
Faster,
for your sake,
Meso.
I'm speed running it.
I'm starving.
I'm sorry.
What fits on the frame, so I can kind of leave it here for the rest of the stream.
That's so epic.
Kind of
It's
see
so cool.
what's going on.
It's very long.
It is. I don't really know where I'm gonna put this one either.
Oh my god.
Yeah, that one was really awkward for me to display when I still had it out.
The classic Lego problem.
Maybe this will be a hung from the roof one. I've never
Bruh.
done that before.
Hung
could
from the roof.
You're gonna become Dark Bricks in a moment.
Exactly. I'm just gonna have all the sets hanging from the ceiling.
Oh god.
That may be the play.
I'm so happy Duck Brick's like one Lego mask.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's so
so
cool.
It's really awesome.
It's so cool.
So his set is gonna be like the finale model, right? In like that form.
Unfortunately.
Yeah.
I'm not as jazzed about the final model compared to some of the other things he built, but
Yeah. I first thought he's gonna like gets to design like whatever he wants.
yep,
yeah.
you and me both.
That would.
I was
really
hoping
cool.
for a Bionicle set.
I mean, not even that necessarily, but it would have been cool if he just got to go wild and build what he wants to.
Still, it could be a fun set if they do it kind of like how they did the Mario question mark block, where they have the little micro builds like pop out of the plane hull. If they can pull that off, it might be pretty cool.
Yeah.
But that's a technological a feat of engineering. All right.
I finish this.
All right, friends. I have done it. I am literally the most epic Lego builder in all of existence.
You truly are a Lego master.
I have finished the outside portion.
Let's go.
Wow.
Bag number 2.
No way.
Look, he's playing like hockey. See? I'm so happy.
Your 2 bags.
I'm probably gonna finish the rest of this off stream. Sorry about that.
Number 3 done.
Oh, base. You came pretty close to.
This is what I have so far. I think I have to improve the arms, but
I mean, listen. The fact that you gave it arms as a combo model, or like alternate, but that's pretty cool. You know.
That's a really cool model. I like that a lot.
yeah, the arms need some work. But I have very few pieces left.
Which sets is that using again?
It's the Dragon Strike from Aaron, but I only use a couple of that one. Then the little mech from Lloyd's mech with Aaron's mech, but I only use like the Aaron one basically. And then the 4+ Aaron mech. So all the Aaron sets that exist basically.
It looks cooler than any of the 3 sets it's based off of, so props. That's the mark of a good alternate build.
Very cool.
All right. Well, I want to thank you all. Oh, wait. One more question. From Monarb. Would you be fine with there being a new Master of Time in Dragon's Rising? I mean, I'd rather they not.
Don't
They should get the old Master of Time from the comics. The Time Ninja.
No.
Do it.
It wouldn't like be the end of the world if it was written better, but I would rather they just leave that alone for now. Let's reestablish the world on like an even footing before we introduce any weird, wacky concepts. All right.
Let's not mess with time travel for a bit, huh?
All right. Thank you all very much for joining us for this build stream. We made a lot of progress. I made the most of all. Merry Christmas to all. To all, have a good night. Hope Australia and outer space is happy and prosperous.
Very.
Hope Bendo enjoys having to find room for all of this stuff in his room. I hope, Mary, you enjoy your epic mech addition to your collection. And I hope it inspires you to buy the rest of the wave. And I hope we all have a festive, merry last week of Christmas, apparently, according to the
It's only 2 days.
We will see you all next time. Thank you all for coming out to chill with us tonight. Hopefully we have another podcast or other build stream pretty soon, because we do have more to build. Farewell, everybody. Have a good night.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.